Welcome to the Pin Man. All right, today I thought I would do a comparison between these two new offerings from Jinhao. You have the X159 and the 9019. So what are the differences? These two are both on the large size. This one especially is very large. And this one is about a Mont Blanc 149 size. As far as aesthetics, the exteriors, you can see that the Jinhao 9019 is very minimal on some of its appointments. There's no band around the cap. It's just the clip there, and no band around the body finial. The clips are different. This is more along the lines of the pilot type clips. The bands are different. The 9019, the band goes right to the end of the cap, and I think it's a nice looking band there. I like the way they did that. Whereas the X59 has the cap, then the band, and a little bit of the resin portion after that. Neither one is necessarily advantage or disadvantage, but they are what they are. And so you can see the clips there. They're both plastic fittings inside, plastic threads inside. The bodies, I should say, let's look at the finials there. As I've pointed out or mentioned, that the 9019 has this injection molding area there, and whereas the X159 does not. So I don't know if it's just the different way they made this cap finial, that they didn't have to do that. Maybe it was part of another thing and they were just cut it off. And I don't know what the difference is, but anyhow, that is a difference there. Looking at the bodies of these two pens, there is a great bit of difference and some similarities. Okay, I'm going to go through the differences here. As far as length, actually the length is pretty similar as far as the body. I want to see, let me get the caps on. Yeah, the pins are right about the same length. I wouldn't call it one longer than another. So I think technically the uncapped, the 9019 is like 1 millimeter longer, and that's not exact. I was just using a ruler to determine that. They both use a number 8 nib, and they both have the same feed. Now the grip and on the X159, it kind of seems like the nib fits a little further into the grip. The 9019, the pin seems to stick out a little bit more, and I don't know why, but they are the same size nib, same type of feed. That larger, kind of fatter feed, not your typical cheap plastic feed, but it's probably still cheap plastic, but just not the same kind. Anyway, the girth of each one of these pens, the width of the body is the 9019 is 16.5 millimeters, and the X159 is 14.5 millimeters. So you have 2 extra millimeters width on the body of the 9019. As far as the grips are concerned, the 9019 is 14.2 millimeters, and that would be right in the middle part of the grip, and same area of the X159 grip. You're talking 12.5 millimeters. So again, just rounding the numbers off to it's almost 2 millimeters wider on the 9019. And then, of course, you have ink capacity. Look at these. Oh, goodness. All right. Big difference there on the ink capacity. The 9019 is going to give you an extra milliliter. It will hold about 2.8 milliliters, and the X159 will hold 1.8 milliliters. And so I think I showed you that, or I'll show you some pictures. I put up some pictures where I measured them in a sample file. But keep in mind that this, the 9019 will take standard international cartridges and converters. So if somehow you're in a fix and you need to use those, you can. If you need a little bit more ink capacity, I can't remember off the top of my head what the capacity of a standard international long is, but whatever it is, if it's more than this, and then I don't know, probably be about as much as this thing holds, maybe a little more. But anyway, so it is versatile along those lines. The X159, as far as I know, still only comes in extra fine and fine tips, and the 9019 does offer a medium nib. So hopefully further future sales of the X159 will include a medium nib for us Western users. Okay, both these pins are also acrylic. So the 159, the older 159 is a metal pen, but the X159 is an acrylic pen. They have on the insides of both, they have metal portions there. So there you have it. Similarities between the Jinhao 9019 and the Jinhao X159 for your viewing pleasure. All right, thanks for watching.